Pixar has just turned 30. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. NPR asked a ton of people what the best Pixar movie was. People voted, and now there is a list on Letterboxd where they have essentially ranked the Pixar movies. But the list is wrong. On that list on Letterboxd, the top 3 are Inside Out, WALL-E, and Finding Nemo. And this just made me realize that I have to rank the Pixar films so you guys know what the correct answers are. This list is completely subjective, but it is objectively correct.
I know that's right.
At number 29 is Lightyear. I did not like it when I watched it. I have not watched it since. There's no way Andy watched this movie and went home and decided to push Woody to the side and only play with Buzz. I could not imagine watching that movie at the age of 9, coming back and filling my room up with Buzz Lightyear merch. It was all a lie.
Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
It just simply was not a good movie. Next at 28 is Finding Dory. You guys know how I feel about the unnecessary sequels that Pixar has been doing lately, and Finding Dory to me was one of them. I think we could have left Nemo alone. I think Finding Dory is like one of those like little shorts on Disney Plus. I don't know if we needed a whole Finding Dory. Number 27, I do have The Good Dinosaur. It just doesn't really do too much for me. Number 26, don't hate me, I do have Up. At number 26, I don't think the movie's bad. I don't care for it. I enjoyed the first little montage. That is all. It's very hard for me to stick through that entire movie. I think it's good though. At number 25, I have Toy Story 4. It's just not my jam. I think that we would have been fine with a Toy Story trilogy. I don't think we needed this per se. And there's a Toy Story 5 coming out. Dear Lord, I'm probably gonna watch it because I've put in so much time. This has been 30 years of Pixar. Pixar is 2 years older than me. And I've invested my life into Woody and Buzz, and I need to see how it will end. If it will end, I need to see how. Toy Story 4 was okay. At number 24, I have WALL-E. WALL-E has always been like the movie that I'll like watch, but it wasn't my cup of tea. Now this was in the top 3. People love WALL-E. This movie just doesn't do it for me. I enjoyed it. Maybe there's not enough dialogue for me, you know. I like the messaging. Shout out to WALL-E and Eve. Keep fighting the good fight. Plant the plants, babe. At number 23, I have Brave. I think Brave has some great mother-daughter dynamics. Brave really falls through the cracks a lot when you think of Pixar movies. I kind of forget that it is a Pixar movie because it feels so much like just a Disney princess movie that you're like, oh, that was Pixar. But nonetheless, I enjoyed it. Next, I have The Incredibles number 2. I was really excited about this movie when it came out. I watched it. I enjoyed it. I think that there are a lot of other Pixar movies that I will watch before I watch Incredibles 2. And I believe there's an Incredibles 3 coming out. I will say yet again, we may need to leave the sequels alone if they are unnecessary. At number 21, I have Cars 3. This movie is a gem. It's a hidden gem in the Cars world. My son actually loves Cars. So not only have I watched all the Cars movies, I've watched them multiple times. Lightning McQueen goes through a beautiful, amazing arc in this movie. And while I do have it at number 21, because there's a lot of movies I'll watch before watching Cars 3, I personally do not think it's bad. We are finally in the top 20, and at number 20, I have Elemental. Now, I think as you get older, and the more movies you watch, the more predictable they'll be, especially a child's movie. This movie was just so overly predictable to me, and I think it was a beautiful story, but I felt like I knew everything that was gonna happen. That's not to say that it isn't a good one, it just kind of knocks it down on that list. At number 19, I have Soul, and it's one of those movies that get lost in the cracks of Pixar, and I believe it came out 2020 or something like that. It's such a it's deep stuff for kids, honestly. It's real deep stuff, but it's also very simplified. And that's something that Pixar does very well. They simplify complex issues, and it makes it palatable for adults and kids. Soul hit me right here. It hit me in my soul, no pun intended. It's not a comfort watch. That's the kind of movie that you watch when you're like, oof, maybe I need to recalibrate what I got going on in my life a little bit. Number 18, I have Inside Out 2. I thought it was good. I think there are better Pixar movies. That's all I have to say about it. Number 17, I have Onward. Onward was very refreshing. I think it came out around 2019, 2020 also. Almost a heartbreaking movie, but it's so beautiful and it's so warm and fuzzy, honestly. And I can't be mad. Next, at number 16, I have Cars 2. People shit on Cars 2. Everybody shits on all the cars except for the first one, it seems. Now, what I will say is maybe we didn't need that Mater movie as Cars 2. I definitely think that Cars 2 should have been a Mater movie spinoff, and Cars 2 should have been something that centered Lightning McQueen a little bit more. But that does not make it a bad movie. It just means I wish it was a little different. Number 15, I do have Elio. Don't shoot me. The movie's good. The movie's good. At number 14, I have Monsters, Inc. It's a classic. I love the classics. I don't know what else to say about Monsters, Inc. We all love and know Monsters, Inc. At number 13, I have Coco. Amazing. The music is amazing. The plot is amazing. The plot twist is amazing. The first time I watched it like at home. I didn't see this movie in theaters, and I was like on the edge of my seat the entire time. It was just so fast paced, so much, it never had a dull moment. At number 12, I have Luca. This movie, another overlooked Pixar movie, was so good. And it's criminal that we don't talk about it. And there are moments in this movie where our jaws literally drop to the floor. Luca is like the Little Mermaid for little boys and a little more modernized. That's it, that's all. And guess what? That plot still slaps. At number 11, I have Turning Red. This movie gets so much hate. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Why do y'all hate on these Pixar movies so hard? The mother and daughter dynamic, y'all know I live and breathe for a good mother-daughter dynamic. It's honestly what gets the people going. I will never accept that you guys treat Turning Red the way y'all treat it. It's a very relatable movie. The only people who say it's not relatable are people who have never been little girls. Like, I don't know. People who have never been little girls and had a boy band or a boy superstar poster on their wall. Number 10, I have Monsters University. I don't care if this movie isn't about anything else other than showing Sully, Randall, and Mike Wazowski how they were in college. I feel like in the latter years, Soul, Onward, Monsters University, these movies all have this theme in common where in the end, the main character does not get what they want. They don't get what they want, but they get what they need. And I think that's such a powerful thing to teach children, because I feel like it can be a little damaging when you watch these movies, and it can be a little damaging when you watch these movies and you see the characters go through this and they go through that, but ultimately they get what they want, because life doesn't work like that. So I think watching these main characters, especially for kids, see them not get what they want but still have a happy ending is very, 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 very important for the babies to watch. Number 9, I have Inside Out, because I think this movie was a great look at your emotions, especially again for the kiddos, because these movies are for the kiddos. The parents, we watch them, we take them, we enjoy them also. We can also take things for them, but they're for the babies. They're for the babes. And Inside Out really did the motherfucking thing. I cried at the end of this movie. At number 8, I have the first Toy Story, and at number 7, I have the second Toy Story. These movies are like a twofer for me. They usually come together in my mind. The first Toy Story is the first movie in Pixar. The second Toy Story is definitely better than the first one. But I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. That's how it's supposed to be. At number 6, I have A Bug's Life. You guys have heard me say this before, but A Bug's Life is essentially about an oppressed group rising against an oppressive regime. It's disguised with ants and bugs and grasshoppers, and it's fun, and the main character is an inventor. Another case of Pixar taking complex situations and themes and packaging it for children and adults to enjoy. Top 5, top 5, top 5. Can you guys guess my top 5? Can you guess? Guess right now. Pause the video. Number 5, I have Ratatouille. Anyone can cook, babe. Anyone, even a rat. I would eat, well, I don't know. I was gonna say that, but would I? But I mean, Remy be washing his hands. Honestly, I don't see what the problem is. Number 4, I have the first Cars movie. I strongly believe that Cars can be a live action with actual humans and still be just as good. That's how in their bag Pixar was back in 2006. And I believe it's Paul Newman's last movie. And if you don't know who Paul Newman is, do the research. You're on my channel and you don't know who Paul Newman is? Do better, babe. Top 3. Finding Nemo. Nemo comes in at number 3. I can't quote this movie word for word. That's why it's kind of hilarious that Finding Dory is second to last on this list, because Finding Nemo is so good. And that goes to show you that sometimes we don't need to mess with the recipe. Let's just leave it alone. Let a great one-off movie be a great one-off movie. There's nothing wrong with that, Pixar. Please, for the love of God. We don't need a sequel to every movie. And I only say this for the sequels that I don't like. Monsters University 8. And that's why I enjoyed it. Coming in hot at number 2 is Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 was so good that it was nominated for Best Picture. One of the few animated feature films nominated for Best Picture. And because of that, I think they should have stopped. I am a firm believer in sometimes stopping while you're ahead. There's no reason for us to have a Toy Story 4 and a Toy Story 5 on the way. Pump the brakes. We should have stopped at 3. And then we could have just kept the Toy Story shorts coming with Bonnie. That was it. We did not need a number 4. I don't think we need a number 5. Toy Story 3 though, it made me cry. It made me hold my breath. That is one movie that I would love to watch in the theater. Even though I know everything that's gonna happen, it's such an amazing movie that it deserves to be seen in the theater at least once. There honestly isn't any better movie in all of Pixar, except my number 1, which is The Incredibles. The Incredibles is so good. The Incredibles is about marriage and a midlife crisis and family, all under the guise of a superhero movie. And it's so complex. Everybody has a character arc. Everyone in the family has a character arc. It's so complex, especially for little small brains. I can't believe I was watching that so young, but I understood everything that was going on. And it was just it's so well done. It's so masterfully, artfully done. If Incredibles is not, the fact that Incredibles was not in the top 3 on that Letterboxd list, on that NPR list, shame on all of you. Are you crazy? The Incredibles is the best Pixar movie that there ever was. And I don't think there's anything that's gonna top it. If there's anything that tops it, write it down in the comments. What is your personal top 3 best Pixar movies? Like I said, this is subjective, but it's correct. Top 3, Incredibles, Toy Story 3, Finding Nemo. That's it. Make sure you guys comment down below what your top 3 Pixar movies are. This month for my Book to Movie Club, we are reading The Spook Who Sat by the Door, and then we're watching the movie. So make sure you join my TikTok for that. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.